Keem Jones.
My boy, let's go!
How you doing? How you doing? It's Keem Jones standing here with an innovator.
That's a big word.
Mr. GERALD BARCLAY. And we just got done screening the WU-TANG experience. So you say y'all been down for 30 years, but I got a question.
Sure.
So you didn't know who they were gonna be when you first met them?
I just felt it, like no, like I told you, my relationship goes back 40 years because I was in junior high school with those guys, and not knowing who they're gonna be, we're just dudes going to free lunch and trying to survive in the city. That's basically who we were.
So why would you? So what was like, yo, these guys? This one, why? What was it inside you? Just like you didn't know.
No, you just know what's right, man. I was a hip hop lover, and when the hip hop they brought was better than most hip hop that I've seen, so I just gravitated to it even more. And not only that, I was repping my hood. I had a skill to bring to the table that most people didn't have, and the fact that I'm able to capture it, and I just captured it, and I didn't even do anything with it until years and years later.
So why do you still create today?
As I explained, I have a passion for hip hop. I have a passion for filmmaking. I'm a hip hop filmmaker. Remember, there was only a few filmmakers that came out of that hip hop world. If it wasn't for hip hop, I may not be who I am because I was able to practice all these different projects. I was able to work with Wu-Tang and I was able to work with Master P, and I built up my resume that way. So hip hop created that opportunity for me to develop my skills. Nobody else wouldn't have been able to give me that.
Definitely. So I heard you talk about the young lady who had a $30,000 budget for a school project.
Yeah.
So do you feel that school is important or just the experience? What's more important?
I mean, it's a combination, but if I were to choose one, experience is always going to be. You can have all the degrees out of school, but if you get out and don't know how to put the stuff into practical use, you're just going to be a film critic. That's what most of those guys are. They can't go out and turn the camera on or shoot anything, so they become critics.
Definitely. So I spoke with Chris Dixon, who's a senior footwear designer at Timberland.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things he spoke about was taking an inch and turning it into 100 yards. What was your inch?
Wow, it was getting that first break of the video. Once we did that Method Man video, it just catapulted everything into a whole other level. So that first break of doing a video, and then during the process realized that I had above average creative skills. You understand? Being able, as I look at that video now, I'm like, wow, I was utilizing slow motion and interesting angles that I didn't do before, and I did a lot of the filming on that. You understand? So by looking at it and realizing, oh wow, and in all fairness, I have to credit my co-director on the original Method Man video, a guy named Rich Williams. He was there with me, but I always had the eye, and it's a visual medium, so to be able to get the images out, you can see when you saw the film, those camera moves and so on and so forth. That's all, like an elevated sense of what I originally started with. And it started with that one camcorder that I got in '89, and I just kept building onto it.
That's crazy, because I was born in '89.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got your camcorder. I was born the same year. So you transferred mediums from behind the camera to now you're working with a book. Yeah. So can you tell me about the book?
Sure. Shooting the Clan is a play on words, but it's me shooting the Wu-Tang Clan. And it's basically the story about a young boy from Africa who ends up in the same housing projects as these rap legends, or were going to be rap legends. And it just showed how the journey that it took for us to get to do what we did, and then I kind of chronicle all of the videos that I did with them. So I thought it was phenomenal. It's a journey of, like the first leg of my career.
Definitely. So was there a time where you were just like, this might not be it, and how did you get past that?
You're always gonna have the doubts, and you just have to always stay focused on the end goal, because there'll be sometimes where you need to be is right around the corner, but is there something blocking that you don't know? Like, like I've thought about quitting several times, and then I'll look at something that'll remind me, or I'll look back. I said, damn, you did all of that. You would let all of that go to do this. And then boom, everything picks up again. So, you got to keep moving.
Definitely.
You got to know your purpose and why you're here.
So empowering the Knicks. Where I'm from, a small town, 2 hours away, Fayetteville, North Carolina. It's not a lot of opportunity, but a lot of ambition. So what's something you can give to these guys back there right now that's going to see this?
I think Capadonna said it well. And another friend said this. In the hip hop game right now, there's more fans there's more artists than fans. So it is very saturated. Same thing with filmmaking. I don't think if I was starting out my career now, it would have been the same way. I wouldn't have the same outcome simply because there's a lot more people. Everybody has, like you said, you can use a cell phone and blow up. You can do, a 15-second skit and get, 20 million views, and then you become an instant celebrity. So it's a whole different thing now. So I'm glad we were able to do what we did. But I still encourage people to go out there and do it because there's so many stories. And I remember coming back from No Limit. I was in LA, signed to No Limit. I did 20 videos in a year and a half for No Limit. These are big, big videos too.
Can you name a couple of those?
Oh, yeah, I did It Ain't My Fault. I did Hootie Hoo. I did a lot of I did some Snoop stuff. I did some Big Pun and what do you call it? I did Womp 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 Womp. There it is. So I did a lot of videos. I don't have everything on mine, but
Right.
I did some phenomenal videos, and I didn't realize until later on that this was it was P at No Limit at their peak, because remember they released more albums that year than any other label.
99.
Yeah, so I was a part of that. So I was a part of that whole movement, and the overall deal is I was able to be a part of 2 camps, phenomenal hip hop camps, and then bring my talents to the table. So I'm happy.
So if some of these young guys, young women wanted to get up with you and get some game or get your book or just come in, like sit down and hear you talk and be in your presence like I was.
Right. Well, the key thing is they can follow a lot of my journey because social media is a powerful tool. And you can go on social media right now and see what I was doing 2 weeks ago. I was in Africa shooting another documentary. You understand? So my journey continues and expands outside of hip hop. So they can always follow me at GEEBEE Productions NYC. Instagram is where you can find me on. I do almost everything on there because this is an easy format for me.
Definitely. Well, I definitely appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for coming through. I gave you my word. I was going to do your thing. So
I definitely appreciate you and keep doing legendary work.
All right, man. Thank you, man.
Thank you.